The sun rises slowly, spilling golden light over the dense prehistoric forest. A small group of Homo habilis emerges from the mist, their bare feet pressing into the damp soil. They are tired. Their journey has been long. Ahead, the deep blue river cuts across their path, wide and dangerous. The leader, an older male with sharp eyes, scans the water. He knows they must cross, but swimming alone will be risky. The current is strong, and the group is carrying food wrapped in leaves. Suddenly, one of the younger males spots movement in the shallows. A massive prehistoric turtle, its shell dark and mossy, resting on the mud bank. The group freezes, watching cautiously. The turtle turns its head, unbothered, and starts moving toward the water. Then, an idea sparks in the leader's mind. A bold, risky idea. If they can get onto the turtle's back, it could carry them across the river's current. The younger male wades carefully into the water. The turtle notices but doesn't retreat. It's too large to feel threatened. Slowly, he climbs onto its rough shell, gripping the edges. The surface is slippery with algae, but he balances himself. The leader gestures for the others to follow. One by one, they climb onto the turtle's shell, 2 males, a female, and a small juvenile. The turtle, now bearing its unusual passengers, begins to drift into the river's deeper waters. The current pushes against them, swirling white foam around the turtle's sides. The group holds tight, the cold spray hitting their faces. Beneath them, the turtle's powerful legs move steadily, keeping them afloat. Halfway across, a shadow passes beneath, perhaps a crocodile or a giant fish, but the turtle's size keeps predators at bay. The group stays silent, eyes fixed on the far shore. Finally, the turtle's claws scrape against the rocky riverbed of the opposite bank. The group leaps off quickly, splashing into the shallow water. They scramble onto dry land, dripping but safe. The leader looks back at the turtle, which slowly disappears into the depths again. Its job, unknowingly, complete. They regroup, shaking water from their hair. The forest ahead is still thick and unknown, but they have crossed a dangerous barrier without losing anyone. In this wild, unpredictable world, survival often comes from courage, and sometimes from the unexpected help of another creature. After crossing the mighty river, the Homo habilis group moves deeper into the untamed wilderness. Their wet feet leave dark prints on the forest floor as they push forward. The air is hot and heavy, and every sound of rustling leaves makes them glance around with caution. Suddenly, they stop. Before them lies the massive skeleton of a prehistoric beast, bleached white under the sun. Ribs rise like the walls of a ruined fortress, and the skull is almost as tall as a man. The leader steps closer, running his hand over the ancient bones. This creature must have died many seasons ago, but its remains still hold purpose. With sharp-edged stones, the group begins working on the bones, scraping and shaping them into primitive weapons. They split long ribs into spear-like points, polish sharp edges, and test the balance of their new tools. Sweat drips down their foreheads under the heat, but they keep working. By the time they are done, each member holds a weapon, rough but deadly. They move onward until they find a tall, broad tree with a thick canopy. Its shade is cool and inviting. The group drops their tools for a moment, crouching by a small stream at the tree's roots. They drink deeply, splash water on their faces, and wash the dirt from their hands. The sound of running water and rustling leaves almost makes them forget the dangers of the wild. Almost. A low growl breaks the peace. Yellow eyes glint in the shadows. From the undergrowth, a pack of giant prehistoric hyenas steps forward, their powerful jaws dripping with saliva. The group freezes, gripping their bone weapons tightly. The leader shouts, banging a spear against the ground to scare them off. But the hyenas charge. The first hyena lunges, teeth snapping. The group counters with thrusts and swings, bone tips striking fur and flesh. The air fills with snarls, shouts, and the crack of breaking branches. One hyena is wounded and retreats, but more circle in. The battle is chaotic. Survival is the only thought. The leader signals. They can't hold the fight much longer. With a quick dash, the group scrambles up the tree's low branches, pulling each other up. The hyenas leap, but their jaws snap at empty air. Safe above, the group breathes heavily, their hands trembling from adrenaline. Among the branches, they find ripe fruit hanging in clusters. They pluck them, biting into the sweet, juicy flesh. The taste is pure relief after the danger they just faced. Below, the frustrated hyenas eventually slink back into the shadows. Above, the Homo habilis group laughs softly, enjoying their victory, and their meal scrambles up the tree's low branches, pulling each other up. The hyenas leap, but their jaws snap at empty air. Safe above, the group breathes heavily, their hands trembling from adrenaline. Among the branches, they find ripe fruit hanging in clusters. They pluck them, biting into the sweet, juicy flesh. The taste is pure relief after the danger they just faced. Below, the frustrated hyenas eventually slink back into the shadows. Above,